Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's edition of the 5D News. We are September 16, right between the eclipse sandwich, as I like to call it. So yes, the energies are quite intense. And I think I pulled a lot of information in I connected different videos, connection that or information that I've heard. And I think something big is just about to happen. So I can't wait. I can't wait for you, Sophie, and the cards to shine some light on this information. So I have a few videos here, I have a lot of very important and interesting news items that I'd like for us to go over. Sophie, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I've been finishing the level 2 of the medical intuitive past weekend, so I've been studying a lot, and I love it. So I'm good.
Yeah, right on your life mission with the eclipses in Pisces and Virgo. Awesome.
Yeah.
So we both had a little bit of let's say, blockages around the neck and the upper back, and also a friend of ours who is also in energy healing has also a blockage there. So there seems to be a lot of, let's say, healing energy around the throat chakra for a lot of us. Let us know if that's your case too. And also when we have eclipses in this axis of health, this is normal that things are coming up to the surface for healing. So let's release them all. So, okay, let's begin here. And I think you guys are going to be very interested by this video. So let's listen to it, and then we're going to ask questions. So I have...
Just before you say that, just on the last note that you mentioned the back. So we had back pain and the neck. The back in medical intuitive is sneaky energy. So it is people who are sending you bad energies, or people who are trying to take from you. So in a sneaky way. So that is also a sign that you need to watch out, that you are not giving away your power to others, and that others are not trying to take away from you.
Interesting. And when I described the pain to a friend, I was like, it's like someone is stabbing me in the back. And I feel like I'm letting go and healing of all the situations in the past that relate to that. It's all past betrayals. That makes total sense. So let's listen to this lady who is talking about a message she received from the Galactic Federation. And I'd like for us to pull cards after this video. So let's listen.
Galactic Federation reports that this September 23rd and 24th, which is autumn equinox, there'll be a powerful pulse from the central galactic sun coming through our sun, waking up our dormant cosmic DNA. So it'll be massive upgrade for humanity towards the higher density. However, the negative entities, the one that run the governments, do not like that, because they want us to stay slaves. So because they cannot stop this wave of light, they will try to distract us from it. On these days, they'll try to fake a rapture, putting holograms in the sky, depicting aliens coming, or savior, or some kind of crazy disaster, creating fear and confusion in people, thus distracting you from focusing within your own heart, so that you can activate that dormant celestial DNA. And so on this day, the split of two earths will happen dramatically, and you will see that one earth will be for those who remain in fear and who will buy into this fake news, and there is new earth where people will be driven by love and will remember their divine origins and their sovereignty. And that's earth that does not need central government controlled by fear. I said September 23rd will be the convergence point where you will collapse into the choice. And the choice is service to others and staying in love, choosing freedom, or service to yourself, where you choose to use other people for your own benefits. And they said both choices are valid, but you must choose your path to ascend to the next level of this game we call reality. So pay attention to these dates, see how you feel, focus within, and stay with your love, light, and wisdom.
Okay, so there's a lot of information there.
Yeah.
And usually, like, normally I would have seen this video and I would have been like, Yeah. It's stuff like we've already heard, like the split of the two Earths, the fake alien invasion, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah. But this time around, I think it's interesting and synchronistic because I kind of felt like something big was about to happen. And I gathered a lot of different news items also that seems to converge on the point that indeed, just after the eclipses, hence September 22nd, September 23rd, which she's talking in the video, seems to converge to something big happening vibrationally, energetically, but also, of course, whenever we have like big portals of energy, usually the dark forces try to, let's say, hijack those portals by also launching some kind of disturbing event or news. And yes, so the second eclipse, the upcoming eclipse that we're going to have in Virgo is this Sunday, the 21st, but it's also going to be very, very active on the 22nd, and the 22nd is the equinox. And the equinox is the day where we have the day and the night that are equal length. So it's a day where we try to get more balance, and that the light and the dark are almost like having a battle in the sky or in the energy. So I think it's super interesting. Let's ask the cards to start. Is it true that there will be a massive activation energetically around September 22nd, 23rd?
So we have the very first card. It says health, maturity, and ancestors. Then we have merging, relationship, and agreement. So we do have a big activation, the merging of the two. You mentioned the light, the darkness together, merging the two, and just having this big dome of energy being created. I'm just going to push that away. Let's see more cards. Okay, shadow of a doubt, the fall, rejection, ascension. Okay, so yeah, it's exactly what you said. So what we have is there is going to be a lot of fear-based energy that are going to be there to try to lower your vibration, and it could be financial, because we have the card of poverty. So it could be financial, it could be war, because we can see that devastation behind this person also. So it says that it's to take you away from, this is a hermit energy, to take you away from your soul searching, from your inner journey, to take you away from the light. And we have a lot of card about so the fall, it's the season. We have shadow of a doubt, and we have rejection. So there is a lot of emphasis on for you to reject, to have hope, for you to reject your own soul journey, for you to reject your own mission, because we know that 2025 is the year where it is very important to be activated in your mission. It's almost a deadline for some, because it's a very, very powerful year. And we keep seeing this over and over again in the cards and in the readings. And the last card is the Ascension. So with your question, I think that there is some kind of dome of energy that is going to be very strong. And there is going to be fear-based also. So I want to take the second row just quickly to see a little bit more about this.
Yeah, I was going to ask you as a second question, like, will the dark forces use this portal of ascension, which is what this portal is about, seems to be about at least, to set up like an event that will divert our attention to, let's say, lower our frequency? So maybe that's part of what you're seeing.
Yeah. Okay. All the cards are really bad except at the end with the card of ascension. Okay. So we have success reverse, keeping things very tight to the chest. We have confusion, sadness, 5 of Cups, 3 of Swords, exhaustion. And then we have the beautiful cards with the card of Ascension of 10 of Cups, 8 of Wands, which is the energy moving in some way. And here we have the Strength. So I want to say that in that day, there is going to be a lot to make you scared, to make you sad, to lower your frequency. So if you can, Do not open your phone. Do not open TV. Do not do anything about media. Try this day, on that day, or those days, to really be just about connection with nature, eating right, meditation. If you do that, there is a major shift in energy that is going to be extremely beneficial and positive for you, where the rest of the people, you saw the cards, but just a few of them, it's this kind of energy that we're going to have. So you choose which energy you want to be in, but it's going to be hard to not be tied to a collective frequency. So if you just say, oh, I just want to know what is happening, there is going to be an immense pressure, like a vacuum energy pushing you in the chords of the collective frequency is going to be very, very low. And you're going to require energy work to just remove yourself from it if you're in it. It's like, how do you say sable mouvant?
Moving sands?
I don't think that's it.
Oh.
Quicksand?
Quicksand. Quicksand. Yeah, you got it. Wow.
It's like that. It's you think that, no, I'm good, I'm not trapping it, but yeah, you are trapping it. So just don't try it. Don't test it on those days.
That's so interesting what you were saying, because we're talking, of course, about the equinox, but also the eclipse, because the eclipse is on the 21st/22nd. The equinox is on the 22nd. And in this video, they're talking about 22nd, 23rd. So there's, let's say, a portal of days, a few days that encompasses like this big energy. And the eclipse in Virgo on the very low end of the frequency of Virgo, in, let's say, in the collective energy, is tied to death. So you know, like when you have issues with money, you're in the negative, that type of death, DEBT. It's tied to wars. It's tied to big upheavals. So whenever there's a really strong energy in Virgo, which is badly aspected, which is the case with this eclipse, it's opposed by Saturn. So governments issuing something or having a blockage there, it can be very harsh. But also the higher frequency of Virgo is purifying, enlightenment, on, let's say, doing the work that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, doing it in the tangible world, not just like being dreamy and meditation, which is Pisces, but also bringing this spiritual ascension to the 3D, which is also Virgo. And I love that we have like both sides of this. And in the video, they're also talking about a split of two Earths, which is a concept that I've heard over and over again. But I also like to ask the cards, like, is it true? And I'm guessing it's more on a conceptual level or energetical level, but can we ask if it's true, if indeed there's going to be a split of two Earths or two realities or two timelines?
Okay.
Driven by those dates, this portal of energy that we're talking about.
The card that was underneath the deck was the Lover, as you say that. So it might be, but we're going to check with the rest of the cards.
And it's like the card of choice, right?
It's a card of choice.
And in the video, she says, like, you need to choose, like, are you in service to the collective or are you in service to self? There's no wrong reason, but there's a change in frequency.
There's a big change of frequency. We keep saying that. I know some of you don't like us to say that. I would love for it not to be true for many people, but it seems to be a deadline this year to enter your mission for some of you. It's a big call this year for light workers. The cards are just falling. All right, that's interesting. Yeah, it is a very powerful year, and I know that a lot of you have reasons why you're not in it, not sure of what your mission is. It's a big one, or not knowing how to go in it. But I would say this is the moment. We have a few months left. Really try to consult as many people to help you, or if you're Virgo like us, make a list of everything you like. I know that I have find my calling with the help of my sister, of course, but also with therapy. Therapy was able to pinpoint what I like in any job that I had, and they were able to pinpoint what kind of thing that was meant for me, if you're looking, of course, for a mission to be a job or a hobby. But yeah, so it is a big calling to choose your side. It needs to be from the heart, and this has to do with karma a lot, because this is a reincarnation. So it's going to be big. I wanted I wanted to ask you, Mars is currently in Libra. Is it going to be still in Libra on that date, or is it switching to Scorpio? Because that could be also playing, I think, in the frequency.
It's switching to Scorpio on the 22nd. Let me verify what I'm saying here. Yes, exactly.
So do you think this is impacting also?
Of course, because Mars is traditionally the ruler of Scorpio. So I think it's like fast forwarding or adding some more energy to the big purge, like to purging all the negative to the surface. So Mars is like very action driven. Yeah, definitely.
And Mars could be war, and Scorpio could be government.
Yeah, especially the financial side of the powers, the centralized powers. Yes. But yeah, more than that, I think like the eclipse opposing Saturn and Neptune is going to be big. So let's talk about that. I have this. Is it this image? Yes. Okay, so that was for the other question. Here, we're going to talk a little bit about the eclipse because it's part of this portal of energy, and I think it's important that we touch on it. And I've learned something recently, and I've learned that before an eclipse, so a few days before an eclipse, whether it is like a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, there is always a drop in the Earth electromagnetic emissions. So the electromagnetic field of the Earth drops. So that's why also on an energetic level, aside from astrology, we're also like feeling, oh, there's a big change. So we're just like, oh, like our body or our aura is being signaled that there's something changing with the Earth, with our connection. So also I think it explains if we're not like in the path of visibility of an eclipse, that we're still feeling it because the Earth electromagnetic field is changing also. So I'd like to know, with this Virgo solar eclipse on the 21st, which also can be the 22nd, depending on where you are in the world, what kind of changes will this eclipse bring? Let's start there.
It says big movement, delivery, big news. It says obsession, breakthrough, and the death card. All right. Let's go with the mouse deck. I think we need it.
And also, like with ancient astrology and ancient astrologers, they used to say that a solar eclipse is more going to affect the people in leadership than like the population at large. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we have, right after this card, we have breakthrough and this death card. So we're going to see with the second row.
There's a lot of changes in governments and leadership.
It's so far just with the first row, but it can change. It looks like we're removing the low frequency, a lot of it that has to do with people in power. So we'll see. Second row. Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven of Cups, Five of Pentacles, and the Fool. Yeah, so we can have important people passing away. We don't have Ace of Sword. We have Two of Swords. So I don't think we're going to have a lot of clarity for the public on what is happening behind closed doors, but we can tell that there's a lot happening behind closed doors with those eclipses. I think it's going to be more private. It's going to be, knowledge is not going to be shared, and we can see this with multiple different cards, that clarity and information are not the first thing here, the first energy there. But for sure, we have Breakthrough, the Death card. It seems to be just getting rid of lower frequency from people in power. So maybe the passing of the king, maybe the passing of people in power in all kinds of areas. We may have CEOs that are losing their job that we don't know about, we don't hear about. There could be a lot of things going on, but I would have just hoped that for this we would have the Ace of Swords, just to have clarity, messages that are for the public, maybe more.
It's opposed to Neptune, so the
Oh.
eclipse is opposed to Neptune, also Saturn, but Neptune. So it makes sense what you're saying, that there will be changes in government, but we're not probably going to hear about it because Neptune is there. So it's like they're going to present a front that is not the truth.
I took 2 more cards just to see what kind of changes, what side it was on. Basically, I know that it's to remove lower frequency, but I just wanted to have more on this. And it says that it's such a frequency that is high that it makes it very hard for lower frequency to just maintain their status or to stay in environment. So I think that this is going to be very, very hard on certain people in their body, mind, or in their lives. So interesting to see who is passing around that date. Interesting to see who is losing their job around that date. Maybe not everything is related to that, but this is the main energy. So you're going to see lower frequency people changing, getting just being pushed away.
Okay, and I have a really good question here from Tammy on the community. She says, in this upcoming eclipse season, are we going to receive help releasing past life witch wounds and trauma cellularly? Okay. So, let's ask for this upcoming also eclipse in Virgo, like, is it going to be conducive to us, like, liberating past life witch wounds?
I think it can help. Yes, we do have the 6 of Cups. It can help to it says yes with the strength. Yes, absolutely. So yes, this energy can absolutely help to just let go and transform lower frequency memories, and on a cellular level and on an energy level, that because you carry those things with you. But stay tuned, because I'm preparing something on that too.
Ooh, yes, it's going to be announced next Monday on the day of the equinox. So stay tuned. Yes, it's going to be very timely, divinely timed with what is going on. Okay, so talking about the equinox, which again is going to be next Monday, the 22nd. So for the Northern Hemisphere, we're going to be having Maison, which is a celebration of going into more of the underworld. So there's a lot of energy about cleansing, about this idea of resurrection, the pomegranate. Is that how we say it in English?
I think so.
This. And for the Southern Hemisphere, they're going to be entering into spring. So that's going to be a whole other celebration, which is Astara, which is the celebration of the rebirth. You're going to be receiving more light. So this is a celebration of receiving more light. Whether or not you're on this side or this other side of the wheel, I'd like to ask the cards, what is the energy of this year's specific equinox? Which I like to call the Libra equinox, because it works for the whole globe.
Yeah. Wow. There's something with AI. I did not see that coming. Yeah, I like your face when you say that. Okay. Is there any link with, you said Libra, but is there anything with Aquarius or Uranus going on with it?
Yes, because the sun entering the sign of Libra, which marks the equinox, is making a trine to Pluto in Aquarius, and another trine to Uranus in Gemini. So we have a grand trine of air at this sign.
In Gemini. So yeah, AI. Okay, let me see what we have. I'm going to show you the cards. Are they reverse? Yeah. Okay.
Especially at the days right after the equinox, we're going to be in this grand trine of air. So lots of information, maybe changes, because Uranus, Pluto's part of it. And it can very well be about AI. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the cards. So we have the Four of Wands reverse. We have the card of the Magician. We have the card of Zoro with the Tower reverse. We have the Tower again with, this one is my Tower, with the Knight of Swords. We have Mountain, which is delays, obstacles, and persistence, with the King of Wands. And we have this card of AI with Ace of Cup. Two towers right in the middle. This is big. This is going to be a very big moment for AI, for what is coming for AI. I think there could be a change of heart on how much we want to welcome AI in our lives. And there could be also more difficulties with laws being put in place for AI. There could be a lot of things that are lots of news around it. I would say it's not to block it completely, but it's to limit what we don't want and to welcome it where we really want or need it. So it's just to put some structure, so Saturn possibly, into where we really want it.
Okay, so interesting, because my next item that I wanted to bring is this one. So I don't know if you saw this, but it seems like Albania has appointed the world's first AI-generated minister to make sure that there's no corruption, which is like totally the opposite of what's going to happen. So it says here, the new digital official is called Diela, and she has been put in charge of overseeing public procurement, one of the areas most vulnerable to corruption. Anyways, so this is kind of crazy. And here, this AI particular robot, let's just call it a robot, was already on an e-platform helping citizens to access documents and services by voice command. Now her role expands to monitoring government tenders, analyzing data, and flagging irregularities in real time. Rama says she cannot be bribed, does not have political loyalties, and will apply the same rules to everyone. So this is kind of crazy, and here in the comments, totally neutral, except for the biases of those who designed and programmed her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yes, actually. So maybe this is kind of this type of insanity that will come to light and force us to make more regulations about like the place of AI replacing humans, and especially in ethical decisions such as politics.
Yeah. And this is like more of on a big level kind of energies, but in a personal life, what could happen around that time could also just be that you realize that you spend too much time in front of computers, TV, and you want to just make sure that you spend quality time also. I think there's going to be a kind of a replaying with the place that we want to have for real life versus AI.
Yeah, that's a good point. And can we ask the cards, like, what will happen to this project? Will this work, or will we see new laws? I'm sorry?
If she's not hacked, she could be hacked also, you know?
Of course.
Yeah. So we have two cards where they're being trapped, and it says attach. So we can see that everybody want a piece of this. Yeah. So there is a lot of limitation first. There is a lot of ties, and people are going to want to hack nonstop.
So maybe that's going to be like the trigger a lot of people needed to limit the involvement of AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not that exactly, but it will help.
It will help at some point. Okay, so there's a lot happening here on the international scene. You were saying with the solar eclipse, maybe we could see like the end of different governments or the physical passing of some leaders. But here, recently, 5 days ago, we had 3 nation collapses. So we have Nepal, France, and Japan. So it says here in just 72 chaotic hours, 3 governments collapsed: Nepal, France, and Japan. Not small nations, not insignificant leaders, but 3 countries whose falls carry signals from the entire world. So Nepal, we're going to talk about it a little bit after this. They went dark. So the whole what is it called? The parliament, thank you, is now like it has been lit on fire. There was a lot of revolts, and the president flew the country. So there's like a huge change in leadership there. They completely went offline. And then in France, we have not the president, but the prime minister, who was voted out. So François Bayrou has now been replaced by Sébastien Lecornu. So there has been this huge change within Parliament. So they do not agree on who should be France's leadership underneath Macron. And then we have Japan also, and it says here, Prime Minister Fumio Kishida's entire cabinet resigned, triggered by economic pressure. So a lot. Can we ask the card, is this a sign of a major shift in political leadership that we might see elsewhere?
It's mainly the economy that is going to change everything with politics. The housing, the immigration, and the finances are playing a huge role in putting a lot of pressure on who is in power. That is what I'm getting from the cards. And it says that the people are going to have more problem. It's already starting, so I'm not telling you anything new, but what we have here is the energy of despair. And we can see here with nurturing that there's going to be also a lot of problem with food and having access for everybody to nurturing yourself. Just having food, it's nurturing could be way more, but in this case I'm really seeing food problem. I'm not saying that there's going to be food shortage. I'm saying that the money to get proper food is an amount that is now insane. It's going to continue. Yes. So basically what we have is really finances. We have that it's being watched over and over again. There's not a lot of action on it. We have the housing system also that is going to have a lot of problem for certain places. It's already started, and all of this is putting pressure on the power. And we have the eclipse, sun eclipse.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing. So, and it's like we had also the poverty card in the eclipses card too. So okay, but like also I've pulled cards on my own after you and I pulled cards together, and I was seeing like energetically there was something really beautiful born out of those crises that we're living. So don't despair. Like all of the changes that need to happen are in order to purge, let's say, the lowest frequency on Earth and the ties that we have to the old system of control. And there is really beautiful things that are waiting to be born out of the new energy, the new frequency.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Nepal, because I don't think a lot of mainstream media are covering it, and it's so big what is happening there. And we have a friend who was supposed to go work there recently, and I sent her that. I was like, ew, it seems to be a little bit rocky right now. So apparently it says here that there's been some killings, very unfortunate, and also that they were in total blackout. So I don't know if it's still the case, but it says here Nepal internet blackout. So all these it says here social media exposed Nepal's political elite, their secret mentions foreign bank accounts and luxury lifestyle while the country starves. So it's basically why people rebelled. And overnight, the government flipped the kill switch, and all the social media were gone. And yeah, they weren't being able to access anything like as far as information. So some people here are saying that it might be a test for other countries to also, let's say, have the template as far as this internet blackout. Let's start here. How long will this blackout last for Nepal? I don't know if that's still the case. I might not be up to date here.
No, it's going to be. If it's not already done, it will be quick because we have Guardian Angel as a very first card. Then we have Kiss and Makeup. We do have Crossfire, so that there will be things continue to go. Maybe not all access will be restored, so maybe some very specific area or a very specific social media. I have one card on the floor. No, I have two. I have. Oh, okay. We have a very stubborn energy staying there. So we have Stuck. This is my Hangman, and we have the War in between. So there is something that is going to remain. So I would say this is going to be a dangerous place to go. Yes, absolutely. I think that for internet, though, it will be more restored. Yeah, if it's not already.
Was it a test for a coming world cyber pandemic, as it was, I think, foreseen by the WHO? Or was it a test for a bigger blackout in other countries?
I think it can be, yes. It says slightly dangerous for the fall. Yes, I think it can be, absolutely. There is major forces that are at play with this. Again, we have the card of the sun, but we have the moon just as big with this card. And we have, you cannot take it with you. So I think that there is a lot of energies that are at play. It's almost like a parent that wants to discipline you and wants you to know, no, it's not yours. I can take it away at any moment.
Yeah, that seems like it's part of the Great Reset plan. Can we ask, like, will we have an internet blackout in the rest of 2025 in North America?
Okay, so far I don't think so. But we do have electricity here, so I really want to make sure. Judgment, Knight of Swords, Three of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Lovers. I think that they're going to do it more in certain areas or certain people. More, if there's something, it may not be internet per se, it could be more electricity.
Okay.
The Ten of Swords is reversed. So when Ten of Swords is reversed, it's more like last second you don't have the big consequences.
Okay, so that could be reversed still,
Yeah.
depending on the frequency.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a card that keeps coming back around. The sun, the sun, the sun. There is a big power struggle, and I think they're preparing for it big time if they're not already prepared to use it as a way of control. But is there going to be one that is going to be major? I don't think so for North America.
Okay. Well, let us know what you think. And I'd like to go back a little bit on what is going on in Nepal. So it says here, and this guy here on social media is saying that Nepal is burning while the world was being distracted with the Charlie Kirk situation, which is very unfortunate. But we also know that those things sort of are usually planned in order for us to look left when there's something going on right. And we know that most of the mainstream media didn't cover this thing. So I'd like to ask, was the Charlie Kirk story playing a role into a planned distraction?
Okay. And there's also the signature of for the Epstein file.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I wanted to bring that up and I forgot. This is so interesting. So they voted not to release what I think the FBI had gathered as far as proofs and names on the Epstein case. So yeah, really good point. So not just Nepal, but just a bunch of like really important stuff that happened behind the scenes, such as the Epstein situation too. So was the Charlie Kirk story, was it placed there for us to be distracted while something else was happening?
Yeah. It says there was a lot of money in the game. Whew.
And don't get me wrong, like I feel like my compassion goes to his family. Like I feel so bad. I think like everybody was saying, he was a great human being. But we also know that people that seem to have power are planning those things like pieces on a chessboard, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the feeling I'm getting with this card. So it says surprise money, aid, helping hand, and we have here power and ruthless. So people saw an opportunity in this and they grabbed it for a lot of money was at play. I don't know how this comes along, but a lot of money was at play. So what I'm seeing here, I know there's a lot of people saying that this happened because he was talking against Israel and the power, and he was talking a lot about those things. But what I'm seeing here is the card of blockage. We have the card of hunted, and we have the card of Jekyll and Hyde. So what I'm seeing here is that that it was planned or not, at least they had an opportunity to stop it, and they didn't, because those cards were reverse. So I'm seeing that they had an opportunity to block what happened, and they didn't. They saw the opportunity and they grabbed it because there was a lot of money involved.
Oh, wow. And like one of the side effects of what happened with the assassination is that it furthered divided the gap between left and right. So we know that it's like an old, very old strategy with politics, conquer and divide. So whatever happens, you use it in order to keep people fighting against each other, against the concept of what is right, what is left. But yeah, so we get further away from enlightenment because we fight amongst us, right?
Absolutely. Yes. This is a card that normally we are going to see a lady holding two swords like this. And there is this closeness a little bit with the swords because the arms are so close. But here we have the divide, and we can see that the Ace of Swords are about thoughts, and it could be ideology. And we are seeing that they're far apart each other now because of it. So absolutely.
While we're on the topic, can we ask like who's behind the assassination? And I don't mean like the individual, but rather like the force behind it, like the decision of going ahead with this action, really bad one. Someone was asking on the community if it was an inside job or yeah, so depending on what you guys are thinking by an inside job, I guess it would come from the government if I'm thinking correctly, but also, yeah, let us know what you think, Sophie.
I will take them again in case that I had some interference from him connecting to him and he had another message to pass along. So I will just make sure that I have the right question because I'm extremely surprised at the cards that I have. And there may have a chance that he was just trying to speak to me on something else.
Okay.
Divine love, marriage. So I'm just going to take them again because sometimes when you connect with someone that didn't have a chance to speak with a medium, they want to just pass along messages. So I'm going to be very, very clear that my question is about the way of joining the other side. Who was behind this, please? Destruction, crumbling, corruption, snake. Now we are in it. Okay, so he had a message for his wife. So it's not the same thing. Okay. Jealousy. I'm still seeing that it's a woman. That's for sure, sure. Someone I was extremely jealous. I know this is not what I had in mind. Also, I don't know where that's going to lead us. Who is behind what happened to Charlie Kirk, please? Knight of Swords, Two of Cups, the Star, the Moon, Three of Cups, Queen of Swords, the Lovers.
It's like an alliance, like two or even two parties aligning together for this deed. I don't know.
Yep. 3 and 3. Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting that we have that. So we have a lot of cards where we have 3 people on it. So first of all, we don't have a clear answer. I don't like that. So there's possibly a lot of protection around this question. We know that the first cards are jealousy, betrayal, treat. So betrayal, for me, that's somebody that is very around him, that has access.
So there was like someone who sneaked out information close to him.
Yeah, it says a woman. So it could be also other people involved that are close to him, but it says a woman. Doesn't have to be the wife. It could be somebody else, especially when we have jealousy. We have threat, betrayal. Let me just clear the name.
Do you think it could be like everybody within the government or the politics who were involved with the Epstein case, like from left and right, aligning together to plan this in order to save their ass?
Yeah, I'm just going to ask first, is the wife has anything to do with it? No. We have the world. No. Okay.
So is it the alliance of like the political parties on the left and the political parties on the right that were involved with the Epstein files? No.
What is this big mystery? What is behind that? I want to know. Let me take one.
Oh, is it like bigger, like the WHO, the WEF?
Okay, let's see. That seems more right. Okay, we have a card that flipped. Let's see what it is. 10 of Cups. Yeah, it's a bigger vision. It's something for like the world that they want to create. It's a bigger vision. So I think it's really the many big organizations, yes, coming together with threats. So he has received threats before. People close to him have been corrupted, being paid, and basically possibly also receiving threats. If you don't do it, you're going to fall with him. And there was a lot of fear. I think that he knew already that this was coming, because we keep seeing in the cards that he or his wife had vision about it. They knew about it. Somebody knew about that was coming, choosing to go anyway, choosing to lead the way. We have the Star. So believing in your values, keep going with the faith. But we have a lot of big corruption around him. There was someone that was absolute, or multiple people that were absolutely not aligned with the type of energy that he was putting in this.
Whew. Okay, there's a lot of energy there. Okay, let's switch gears, and I want to ask you about this very interesting video that I saw. So let's listen to it. The girl is saying that Africa, and I don't know if she means South Africa or she means the whole continent, so we're going to ask the cards after, that they disconnected from Google Internet to create their own. So let's see the video.
Africa just hit a switcheroo on America. Went completely offline from Google Internet and created their own You hear me? Pulled a switcheroo and now have their own internet that the U.S. government does not have access to, cannot monitor, cannot track, but still has access to do all the same things that we have access to do. Google is big mad. The U.S. is going crazy. Everybody's in let's not forget to mention, America is like falling economically, and Africa has their own dollar now backed by their gold, no longer subscribing to the US dollar. Yeah, it's time.
Okay. That was a funny video. The girl is funny. Okay, so is it true? Let's start there with the cards. Is it true that Africa disconnected their internet from Google Internet?
I don't think it's going to be for long. It says kiss and makeup at the very first card. They don't have access to everything. She said that they have access to everything, but
she said that they were still having access to like all the social media and stuff.
Okay, so there is a limited access to some of the things, and they're still being listened to. So I don't think that this is achieving the goals that they had in mind, and there is more that is coming. So more conversation, debate, and arguments between countries that are coming with this. Not everybody agrees with this, and it's not achieving the goal that they want to achieve with this. Yeah, so what I'm seeing is that that's interesting. We have the Nine of Cups. I'm going to talk about that next. We have the Crossfire. We have the Death card. So let me see. Very big power grab at play. So I think it's not achieving what they want, but I'm surprised to see the Nine of Cups underneath the card of the Wizard of Oz. So even though they don't have access to everything and it's not achieving the plan, and I said it's not going to be for long, I think there's going to be another version of it possibly instead of reconnecting with US, because right now it's not achieving what they want to achieve, and they're going to see that there is a lot of leaks in it. But I think that they're going to just say no, and there's argument coming. But since we have the Death card, I think they're going to stick to their guns. I think they're going to just say because there's a choice coming first. So I think they're going to choose no, we're not going to go with you guys. So we're not going to. Those are the choices. We're not going to go with you guys. We're going to just work on what we have and continue to make it better. The gold, there's going to be an effect on the gold though. And this is something that US doesn't want. I don't know why.
So it's like whether or not like it's successful as it is, it's still like a good stepping stone into achieving like a total independence in terms of internet.
Right now it's not achieving.
Yeah, but still like it shows also the possibility for other countries of like, hey, did you ever think to be self-sufficient and to disconnect from the big surveillance system? Okay, so let's ask, like, will other countries follow the lead and also disconnect from Google Internet to create their own?
We're clear that Canada will never do that.
But let's ask. Let's not put any thought in it. Okay, will other countries follow the lead and also disconnect from Google Internet to create their own?
Okay. Yes, other country will do that. We have the Seven of Swords and we have the Ten of Swords reverse. So I'm thinking that with this, they're going to just wait and see that others, some are going to just wait and see that another one is following, and then blah, 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 because there's a lot of, I don't want to be the first. I don't want to, it's funny that it's the Fool that is showing up as the one that is upright in this, because I feel the energy that is reverse of the Fool upright. I feel like people are being cautious and they're just hoping that someone will not be that cautious and will just go. So they're
like so that they just follow the lead, that they're not the first one to be in a big war with big tech.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a lot of money that could be made in this, even for countries, but also for companies who are helping with this and everything. So I think there's a lot of money that's going to be made out of it. And yeah, we have the Star, the High Priestess, and a Tree of Swords. So I'm guessing that a lot of technology has to evolve with this to continue to gain information, gather data on other countries and etc. So will it be safe and will it be perfect like what they are trying to achieve for a long time? Maybe not, because eventually technology will catch up and will develop so that it's going to be able to spy on other country anyways. But I think that this is interesting that we see this wanting to have more of independence from different places.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like also on a bigger level, energetic level, it's probably like the energy of the age of Aquarius, which is also to feel interconnected with other people, but not to have to pass by a centralized power, which is big tech right now.
Yeah.
Can we ask the cards, like, is it like a destined path for us to find this interconnectedness amongst us, but in staying decentralized and not using big tech in order to do so?
Yeah, Tower. There is a destruction of this structure. There is a reconnection that is coming afterwards. We have the moon reversed, so it's not going to be something that we already do in a certain way. It's going to be something new. The card of the moon can represent sometimes what is familiar to us. When it's reversed with this, I'm seeing it as we're going to have to search for something that is connecting people, but is going to be and that is going to remove a lot of problems and a lot of tensions. So there's going to be a lot of inventions and people trying to find a way, but it's not going to be something that we already have or that we already have tried.
And I'm thinking like it's one of the big ways that we're still linked to the matrix and to the overlords, the dark overlords, lords, sorry. Okay, last question on this. Can we ask, like, how control is the internet that we are using right now in North America?
Okay.
Like, how much control is there on this internet?
Ace of Pentacles, everything is controlled.
So yeah, that keeps us very much into the control system.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Can we have like an approximate timeline of this liberation of technology and internet?
Yeah, let's see. Ace of Swords. Do you see it very quickly with the Ace of Swords?
Yeah.
We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles.
I think like it's a major point in like the next step of our collective evolution.
Mm-hmm. Because we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is waiting, and we have the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. What I'm seeing is that it's more going to be announced that we are aiming for this quickly than it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But this
so
is
that's the goal. The projected goal is to get there, but like we don't have the means necessarily or the perfect solution yet.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to maybe for our last one, because I've heard a lot of things there and I want to verify with you in the cards what you think. A lot of people are talking about XRP, and a lot of crypto experts are saying that it's going to gain a lot of value. Can we ask the cards what is coming up for the value of our XRP?
Okay. Timeline shift. Ethics change. All right. Poverty. Yeah, we know that the economy is down. We have finances, business value.
Because whenever like the economy is down, like there's always a loophole or something else that is going up, right?
Yep.
Whether it is like metals, cryptos, there's something that is going to benefit from this down.
I think it's going to be more metals than for the crypto. But for crypto, there is going to be ups and downs. There is ups and downs.
But not just all cryptos. I want to read on XRP.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Yeah, it's the same cards. I asked for XRP. Yeah. So there is going to be victory. There is going to be expansion. There is going to be ups. We do have the Two of Pentacles, though. So it can be a little bit yo-yo for a moment, so up and down. But we do have a moment where it's going to pay off. I would not let that window pass if I were you, but I'm not an advisor. You do whatever you want with your money. But what I'm seeing is, yeah, there is going to be victory with this, but the cards are like one good, one bad, one good, one bad, one good, one bad. And we have the Two of Pentacles. So when we have that, it's really hard to say. Metals, though, seems to be more, seems to be a little bit more on the up with what is coming.
Okay, let's do it quickly then. Can we ask for gold? So I have the chart here for the last 3 months, and we see that there's been an uprise in the value of gold recently. So let's ask, like, are we still going on the same tangent, or what is going on with gold?
It's going to be going up. What we see is that the economy is really down. So metals are going to go up. We can see the Devil, the Tower, the Dead card. Economy is not doing well. So yeah, we can see that the gold is going up. Let me just see quickly for the silver.
Yeah. And I have the silver too. The price of silver went up also in a very important way. So let's see if, and what's in your opinion is going to be maybe the best investment, silver versus gold?
You see, this is very interesting with the silver. We have the balance reverse, which could indicate what we know already, that the prices are not the right ones, that it's not fair. But we have also the Seven of Swords. We have the Devil, and we have the Ten of Wands. That could only be about the general finances, economic system, how it's going right now. But for the silver, I would say that it's with the Sun and the Page of Pentacles, it's going to be going up, but it's, I would say, more the gold than the silver with those cards. Would you say that?
Short term, more gold, but longer term, maybe silver.
Yeah, I would say that those cards are troubling me to see
so
them.
There's still a repression of the true value of silver. This is what I'm thinking, but still it's going to go up, but not maybe in the way that people have predicted, like let's say 40 times its value. Maybe we'll have to wait a little bit more.
Yeah, so you said going up, and she's trying to push it up, and it's very, very difficult, and it's heavy. So I think
it's definitely heavy like silver.
Yeah. So I think that for the silver, it's very hard to push it to have a fair value.
Because I guess we're going to have to wait until the complete rebirth of the financial system to see the value of silver rise to its real value. So that makes sense. So maybe more, we're going to see like an uprise in the gold value. Until then. All right. Thank you so much, Sophie, for answering all of our questions. And of course, if you do have personal question and you need some personal guidance, Sophie is amazing. So I 100% recommend that you book your consultation with her. And we have the live consultations, either the tarot reading one or the past life reading one. And we also have the 30-minute recorded videos that Sophie is doing. It's a personalized recorded video, and she answers your personal questions. So this is really cool, and you're going to receive your personalized video with your questions answered, and you can watch it and rewatch it anytime. And for all those 3 consultations, don't forget Jupiter. That's going to be your discount code to get 10% off, which is exclusive to you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your time. We love you. And if you enjoyed this episode, do make sure you hit the like button. It really helps us into creating more content like this show, because we put a lot of love and research into this one. So thank you to all of you. Let's hope you have an amazing week, an amazing eclipse, and we're going to see you next week, next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.